You good?
Yes.
we got a couple people ready. Hey, what's up? What's good? What's good, y'all? How are y'all doing? How are y'all doing? How are you all doing? I hope everybody is having um, a very amazing Friday. We're here. I'm here with this beautiful brother right here, Mr. Ernest, the most masculine, fittest man I ever seen. So, hey, by the way, this is Ernest. We about to talk about some things that you probably have never heard, or you probably don't like, or you probably gonna not like. Hey, Morocco. And so let me have Ernest introduce himself because I don't know what to say.
Well, good evening. So a little bit about myself. I'm retired military, Marine Army. I've had a nonprofit organization, been married twice. First marriage was 9 years. The last one was 19 years. I compete. I'm an NPC competitor, bodybuilder. Um, and yeah, in a nutshell, that's about it.
In a nutshell. Here we go. Hey everyone, thank you all for joining us. I'm glad to see some familiar faces. So listen, man, we about to speak on some things. I've spoken to this brother in the gym. I see him every day in the gym, by the way, and um, we have some conversations. Um, and his, I like the way how I like the place where he's coming from with his conversation. You know what I mean? It's different from what I speak of, and so that's why I wanted to bring him on because I think this is necessary to hear a different perspective because I think because it's needed. You know, it's needed. Tell them how old you are, man, so that they can know that it's coming from a certain age.
I'm 51.
51. 51. Somebody said, "Damn, I need to go back to exercise it."
Half a century, yes,
Right.
51.
Thank you, Awaken. Thank you so much. So we're gonna talk about expectations. We're gonna talk about relationships, dating, marriage. We're gonna talk about all this stuff from a man's perspective. Um, and again, it's not gonna be the most. Um, it mightn't be, or it might be. Hey, Miranda. Hey, V. Thank you, guys for coming. Hey, Lisa. Hey, Morocco. Let me say hello first. Hey, King Kubaba. Let me make sure I give my hello first, man. Hey, Jillian. It's good to see you guys, man. It's good to see you. Hey, Tiana. What's going on? Do man, listen, I can't say the name. I can't say the name at all. So we both to just talk. If you have any questions while we're talking, please feel free to just put it on the screen. However, listen, I ask just respect. He's a very respectful man, so I ask for respect no matter what. If you hear something that you don't like, just keep it respectful. Keep it classy. And let's do it because you all say you want guests on the show, so we're gonna bring some guests on the show. As a matter of fact, though, depending on how this goes, we might have him a few more times. You know what I mean? So let's talk about relationships, man. Let's talk about what's going on
Let's do
today,
it.
dating situations, man, because I think a lot of times I see a lot of men frustrated. Now we hear women talk about how frustrated they are because the men ain't physically attractive, right? In our 40s, 50s. Because you hear it all the time. The men can't measure up, the men ain't that, the men are old and overweight and they don't look good in their 40s and 50s. And then you coming from a perspective of you financially stable, you fit, you got your stuff going on. How do you see when it comes to dating and relationship? What do you see is the issue that's going on right now?
The dating pool right now, I think social media is kind of ruined it, and I think just the upbringing. And then it's to each his own, and this is my humble opinion. Um, it don't matter wherever you at or what your expectations are. That is your expectations, right? And if a person wants to deal with that, then I mean that's what it is. That's why I never understand the gender war, right? Because if you go to the store, it's up to you to purchase. And if not, you just move on. But we're like, I just don't like the back and forth between the men and women. Like, hey, this is my expectations. If you rocking with it, then we good. If not, then we just keep it moving. Have a nice day. Don't have to be all the other unnecessary, hateful talk, or it's just what it is. You know what I'm saying? And just be open. A lot of times, I think people wear masks in the beginning of dating, and then when we catch feelings, and then that true person come out, you know what I'm saying? And then I think that's where a lot of problems come from.
Mm.
So I see the dating pool right now is people won't expect things that is not reality. You know what I'm saying?
True.
Like, the stuff I hear on, and I'm gonna just say the things I'm talking about when I hear women saying, um, like, he has to pay all my bills. Like, we gonna date, he has to pay all my
Yeah,
bills. He
yeah.
has to pay, do my nails, do my hair, and that's fine if that's what you find. But like, to me, that's unrealistic. But like I'm saying, there's guys that out there that's doing it, but it depends on what you're looking for too. Are you looking for a relationship, or are you looking for somebody to finance you? Uh,
Let me ask you, out of 100 guys, right?
yeah.
How many you think is that guy out there who gonna, I'm looking for a guy to finance my entire life, and like you were just saying, to do my hair, to do my nails. Out of 100 guys, how many guys do you think gonna be doing that?
I mean, it's a lower percentage. It's just like the females they're talking about. I got to have a six-figure man. Well, the number
Yeah,
of six-figure men that's walking around out there.
it's few.
Like, it's we have to be honest with ourselves.
Yeah,
Like, you talking about what is 10%? I don't even know what the number is of people
about
who
15%,
makes it. Yes,
15%, and most of them
six
are married
figures
too.
and up.
It's like 15% of men make six figures, but it's only like 6% are single.
You know,
About 6%.
so you know what I'm saying. So I mean, you just got to count the cost. I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah. But but out of the ones who are single, they want the tall ones too, 6 foot. So that's about 6% of that.
but you know what? I think that changed if they
You think
making
so?
that price. If they're in that price range, see, and that's the thing too, right? We have expectations, but they change.
Yeah,
So if an average man is a 6'6", whatever,
yeah.
you know what I'm saying, or you say the shorter man, because that's what we're talking about now. Say if you have a man that's
Like me.
5'8", and he's average.
Yeah,
Well, I'm not dating anybody under 6 foot. Now you let that guy be making six figures,
yeah,
then it changes.
yeah. It
You know what I'm
changes.
saying?
So
So
it's
yeah,
not in black and white. It
right,
depends.
right. It depends.
How tall are you?
I'm 6'1".
6'1".
Yeah,
6'1". Okay, 6'1". I'm five something.
yeah, yeah.
I'm 5'1". Five. I mean 5'6". I ain't 5'1". I'm
5'6".
5'6". But how? What do you think about this? Women know what to expect from a man, but they
Mhm.
don't know what to give to a man. How do you feel about that?
Um, so sometimes I think it's mostly selfishness. So, and this is not all women, and this is just my opinion, right? And this is my opinion. I think it's selfishness. I think a lot of women don't even care about what the man wants. It's just about what they want, and then they'll pretend that they care about what we want. But I think most of the time, most women they're selfish, so they don't even care about what we want. You know, so and then the thing is, like, when you get in a relationship and you ask a man, or the man is trying to give you the blueprint to his heart or to the relationship to make it successful, the women don't want to listen. They want to. It's just like, I don't know if they try to make it complicated, but a man is saying, "Hey, simply, this is a man don't want much, just respect, appreciation." You know what I'm saying? But that be the hardest thing, because that takes effort.
Mm.
You see what I'm saying? That takes effort, and that takes, well, I'm not perfect, and that's going to take my pride, because that means I need to work on something.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, I just think, yeah.
As a man, your level, your age, what does respect look like to you?
Respect. Look, respect. is if of course, respect when you out in the public, you representing us like you should. You're not in every guy's face smiling,
Yeah.
giving them your time. You know what I'm saying? And because men are slick, and we and the funny thing about it, we tell the women, we'll try to say, hey babe, you got to watch this and that, and they'll tell us something else when we are men and we know what we do because we've been doing it, right? So something could look perfectly innocent, but a man is doing is setting himself up so in that vulnerable time, if it be that,
Yeah.
he can come in. You know what I'm saying? So when we see things in a different way, and so if we're trying to work together to be together, that's just like if my partner come to me and say, because I'm a trainer as well, I don't want you training XYZ because it looks too friendly or I don't like it. I have to respect that because she's a woman.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then we know too. We know when somebody flirting with us, or we know when somebody's giving us body gestures. You know what I'm saying? That's out of the norm. Come on, all of us grown. We know.
Sure.
We know the way we look at somebody, give them access, or may give them the wrong intention because we looking at them a certain way. So, like to me, like I think a lot of women, they be acting naive, but you know what you're doing. That's how you got me. That's how you got John or Billy or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
That's how they got you, right?
That's like, you know what I'm saying? Using them eyes or using that movement to let you know it's okay to either approach me or talk to me. So it's things that we do.
Do you think is do you think as a man is it more difficult for us? Because I think they say it's hard for a woman in her 40s, 50s to find someone. Do you think it's the same struggle for a man to find somebody that he likes or somebody who can respect him? Like, what is a man? Okay, let's start. What is a man looking for in his 40s, 50s, early 50s?
Peace of mind. And I'm not asking you for peace. I already have my peace. I'm asking you not to come in and interrupt my peace. And then respect and appreciation. That's it. We're trying to, at this age, be happy, make memories, and love each other. That's it. Be appreciative and be agreeable. And I hear this. I'm gonna bring this up. I don't know
Bring it
if it's
up.
gonna get some conversations.
Bring it up.
It's all the conversation about older men, and younger women,
Hmm.
right? And so that always seems to get hot when the older women say,
Men like younger women.
yeah, they like younger women, or they can't handle real women, or and it's not that. We just want agree easy. I mean, we don't want to fight. We don't want to have to fight. You know what I'm saying? Or we don't want to have to look at ourselves. And whether it's masculine tendencies, and this is another thing. Women, when they hear that word, it's like a negative word to them when it don't have to be negative, because life might have put you in that place.
Mm.
Life is might have put you in that situation where you had to be hard, where you had to take care of everything. So guess what? You're gonna have masculine traits. You know what I'm saying? That's not a negative thing. But when you get in a relationship and you love somebody and you're trying to go to marriage, you're gonna have to first acknowledge that,
Yeah.
and then you're gonna have to work on that, right? Because you don't, and I know it's hard to let that wall down. You know what I'm saying? If you've been doing it on your own, or you had somebody and they let you down and you've been doing it on your own, but you have to let that wall down, because what that man gonna do is he's gonna think that it's either gonna cause separation, because he's feeling like I gotta fight all the time,
Hmm.
and I just don't want to deal with that. Like, I don't have to deal with that now. Like, I can go home to my house and it's peaceful, no arguing, go where I want to move, how I want to move. So why would I want to go and deal with somebody that's going to interrupt my peace?
And you know what? The women are saying, I have heard some of the women say the same thing. Women are saying the same exact thing. They're saying, I can do it on my own. I can pay my own bills. I ain't got to have nobody bothering me. Why do I need a man? So I think both people are saying the same thing.
Um, but I think it's different, and I'm
How
gonna tell
so?
you how. So when the man said, most of the time, like I said, I am 51. I've been married before. When we say it at this age, it's because we didn't been through it, and 9 times out of 10, the man is gonna lose out. The man is gonna lose out because they're gonna break everything down, whether the woman didn't pay any bills. Because I went through it, so I'm not just saying it. So the way I was raised, I paid all the bills, right? And my ex didn't have to do anything. And then when she started working, I think the last 4 years of our
Mhm.
relationship, she bought a vehicle, and that's the only thing she paid for.
Yeah.
Um, but kind of lost my train of thought. So the difference is we're we're providers. Really, God made man and woman to be together.
Right.
So we shouldn't be alone,
Right.
right? But at this point, it's like, why go get into something that's going to cause me my peace for the man? Now, for the woman,
Especially at this age, man.
yeah, for the woman, most of the time, 9 times out of 10, if she has kids or she's been divorced and she has to raise those kids.
Yeah.
Now, see, that's a difference that people don't talk about.
Yeah.
So when you say I can do it by myself, you can't raise them children by yourself, especially if a boy. Now you can, and then everything is situational, right?
Yeah.
Like you might raise a boy and he might make it and be fine,
Mm-hmm.
but
But the other one, huh?
yeah, but in general, that boy is going to miss something because he's going to miss that structure.
Indeed.
It's just like if I had got a divorce and I had got my daughter. My daughter's gonna miss out because I can't give her what a woman is supposed to give her.
Indeed.
So it's not saying anything bad about the woman or the man. They're just going to miss something. So
For real. I mean, that's facts though. I mean, but I don't think people see it that way. I think people think it's okay. Do you think these days that people want to be single or they're just afraid to get hurt?
I think that I think they're afraid to get hurt, but more so, I think people just want to do what they want to do. They don't want to be held accountable. So when you're in a relationship or you're married, right? You have expectations, but we want to party. We want to do. We don't want to be under by anybody tutelage or submission. That's a big word. That's a red flag to submission.
Yeah.
So we just want to do what we want to do.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I think it's both though. I think people are scared to get in relationships, and then I think people want to do what they want to do.
Let me ask you, at this level in your life, right? At this level in your life, being a man in his 50s, how important do you think a relationship will be or a marriage? Do you think marriage is, marriage is the end result or should be the end result or just being with somebody, period? At this stage, you already went through a divorce. Do you, as a person who have been through those things, what do you think when it comes to marriage and strong relationship? Do you think that's the end result or it should be the end result? It makes sense or it doesn't make sense?
Yeah. So to me, I am a hopeless romantic.
Really?
I love love.
Man, you some big guy, man.
Yeah, man. don't let all that fool you. I I I was raised up, man, and I love love. I was raised up with my mother and father and saw how they reacted, and I love love. Like if I wanted to, I could be. I don't know if you could say hoe on here.
Man, you can say anything you want.
If I wanted to be a hoe, I could do that. You know what I'm saying? But that's just not me. Because
Was it ever before you? I mean, was it before?
well, I mean, when I was younger, I was. I mean, but now we're older. When we was boys, we act as boys. Now we men,
Right.
So,
Right.
but yeah, man, I love. But so me, right? I started early.
Yeah.
Like I was married at 23, so I've been in a marriage all my life. So my run in the streets came early, and then in between my first divorce.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because there was some cheating that happened there. So once that happened, then I was like buck wild, kind of like irresponsible, until I got real back in and understood, you're hurting, and I had daughters.
Yeah.
So I came to the relations like this is not what I want to do. I believe in love, marriage, and family.
Yeah.
So if I'm dating for a purpose.
The purpose ends in marriage.
Yes.
Well, okay, but they said that men need to heal.
Yeah.
Black men need to heal.
Yeah.
What do you think about that? That you know.
Yeah.
That thing?
I think it's true. I think everybody needs to heal. After a relationship, I believe everybody needs to heal. And I think, and
But
this
the way
is
how
just
they
my
say we
opinion.
are.
Yeah, this is my opinion, right?
Mhm.
I think men heal better than women
Woo!
because I think women jump to another relationship for that security and for their what's the word I want to use? Just to have somebody because they're vulnerable and they just got out of the relationship, for their self-confidence. But a man, if he really loved that woman, a man is going to be hurt
It takes
for
a
a
while.
minute. It's going to
takes
take a while. You know what I'm saying? So, like after my last divorce, I didn't date anybody for 2 years. No, I'm sorry. I didn't date anybody for like a year and a half. You know what I'm saying? Because number one, and even the first woman I dated, it felt like because she was almost felt like she was in my space and she wasn't supposed to be there
Yeah. Okay.
because I was still tied, so it let me know I still needed to heal because I still was tied to my ex.
Yeah.
And I felt she was in my face, so I was uncomfortable. You know what I'm saying? Because I wouldn't want to date somebody and they still have feelings for their ex.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so to me, that's unfair. And so I had to do some more healing. You know what I'm saying? But I think that's personal. That's personal, and that's holding yourself accountable.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, and like I said, women do it, and it's like this.
So you think women heal faster?
I don't think they heal faster.
I think that.
I think they jump in a relationship faster to try to heal. They try to jump in the relationship to try to heal, and what they do, I think it's subconsciously because the issues are still there. You know what I'm saying? So they're gonna come out, and this is, and even now, like I still had some walls up. You know what I'm saying? Yeah,
At
still.
this point?
Yeah.
So let's talk about that. Like what kind? So people look at you. You a big dude, right?
Yeah.
You a big, fit, muscular dude. You in the gym. You taking all the attention from everybody else.
Yeah.
What stuff do you still think that you carry that people want to assume?
That I have issues with, that I have walls up with.
Yeah, your walls.
Trust. Like the first time you show me an inconsistency or a little lie or something, I'm pretty much done.
You're gone, huh?
I'm pretty much done. I'm a run. I'm big, but I'm running because I just don't want to go. I don't want to deal with that, and because I'm gonna be straight up with you in everything.
Yeah.
And so my expectation is to get the same thing, and I don't think that's asking too much. And once you show me something different, no, I'm good on that, especially with trust. Now, anything else in the relationship we got to work through, okay, we're gonna work that out.
But trust. Huh?
But trust. Once you show me I can't trust you, that's it.
How does a woman show you that they can't trust you? I mean, how does a woman show you that you can't trust them? Like, what behaviors would a woman do? Let's say you're talking to a woman, you're dating a woman. What does she do to show you that you should run away? Like something like what? Like
Okay.
an example.
I can give you a couple of examples. The way she move, and what I mean by that is, so we in the gym every day, right?
Okay.
So we have married women in our face. No, that's wrong. Why are you in my face and you're married, or you in a relationship? All 32 showing, hugging some of them, like to me that's moving wrong because you're not respecting me. You know what I'm saying? And so that's one thing. So if I think you too friendly with guys, I'm good on you.
Well, when you say too friendly, like talking to them, smiling, going lunch.
Yep. Yeah. Oh, we ain't even talking about lunch. If you go to lunch with another guys, that's not. And it could be, understand, it could be totally innocent,
Yeah.
but that's not what I want to deal with. Because think about it, a lot of them just going to totally innocent lunches
Yeah. Yeah.
turn to relationships down the road or cheating down the road, right? So I just don't, I just wouldn't want to deal with that. Like if so we have to match. For me, we have to match. Like our beliefs and our values have to match, right? And so now if it was okay and then I was in people face and hugging and stuff and you thought it was cool, you can go to lunch, then we on the same track.
Right.
So we'll be good.
Right.
But so I'm gonna get a person that moves like I move. You know what I'm saying? And then and like I say, to each his own. Some people might not have an issue with that,
Right.
but that's them. I'm gonna tell you in front. That's what I'm gonna tell you when we sitting down in front. I do have a problem with that. I don't want you giving other men time and smiling in their face because you don't know what they're thinking.
Yeah.
And look at us, we men. That's what I say. We're men.
But I don't think women understand when a man says that because they assume that it's just their friend. But talk about that, like, because we was listen, we was women's friends, but we know what we were doing. Like for instance, how would you flirt with a woman without trying to flirt with her, knowing that you're waiting for a certain response?
First of all, real simple. Just smile and speak. That's it. That's letting them know I'm interested because they're interested. We're gonna wind up meeting again. We're gonna wind up coming in the same area again. It's gonna happen. That's how it starts. You know what I'm saying? And that's how we have to be responsible in our movements.
Yeah.
And how we talk and who we talk to.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Because all it is setting up, especially when we're in the workforce, right?
Yeah.
Because we working with these people more than they home sometimes.
That's true.
Right?
That's true.
And we joking. And then, sometimes the jokes get to sexual jokes.
Indeed.
You know what I'm saying? And so, then we touching, oh, I made a mistake or, hey, how you doing? Like, how you doing? I'm talking.
Yeah.
Y'all watch that. Because we do that. That's not just a friendly touch. I'm telling you, you know what I'm saying? And women do the same thing. Yeah. You know how many women touch me? Mm-hmm. Like, I know you're trying to cop a feel. Like, I mean, it's okay, but I know what you're doing. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But like, and then the women might not understand it the way we understand it, but then that's okay. But we know be willing to listen,
and we know what we're doing too.
Right.
So when you have a man, right? Like if you telling your woman, hey, listen, I don't want you to have all these male friends. Is it because you're jealous? Is it because you're insecure? Or is it because you know what men do?
It's because I know what men do. It's because I know what men. And then, one woman told me this. She was like, no, that's what you did. I'm like, I'm a man, right?
That's the point.
But I'm a man, right? So,
that's the
you
point.
Know what I'm saying? Like,
I've heard women get upset and angry when the man told, I don't want you to have male friends. Do you believe a woman could have male friends?
No.
Tell me, explain, break it down. Why not?
I mean, I just don't, because so you have a male friend, right? And that's, say, your male best friend or either just a male friend. So when me and you get mad or we upset and we ain't talking,
yeah,
but you're gonna go talk to your male friend? No, that don't work for me. No, that don't work for me. And he don't want to be your friend. He might for years just be your friend, just saying hi. I'm just saying hello, but he's just waiting for the opportunity. That's all. Because if he wasn't attracted to you, he wouldn't keep up. He wouldn't keep up. So it's got to be some kind of attraction. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, y'all might be cool and stuff, but believe me, it's some kind of attraction.
I see what you're saying. Would you marry a woman who has a male best friend?
No. and that's just me.
Wait, so you're not gonna think about it?
No, I mean I wouldn't. Because I wouldn't. Because I wouldn't have after my first divorce, right? I was dating this young lady and we almost got married. And nothing happened between us but our PCS.
Yeah.
right? And I don't really like long distance relationships.
Yeah.
Um, and so this was my best friend. So when I met the next person I dated, I told her all about her.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then she told me whatever she told me, then that cut off, right? And if we were that good of friends, you should understand it. You should understand if you in a if okay, you was single, but you're in a relationship now, and your partner is saying, I'm not comfortable with you guys'
Yeah.
relationship, like I think if they should understand that. You know what I'm saying? And then if they don't understand that, are they really your friend, your close friend like that? And then or maybe it's not so much. Maybe like if y'all talk every day,
Hmm.
and you say, well, maybe you know, every week there's got to be some kind of limit. But I'm like, that's not what I want. So I wouldn't do it. You know, not to each his own, but I wouldn't do it.
What is it that you think that women don't understand about men? Like, what's the? I'm talking about grown men. What is it that women don't understand? Like, what is it that women don't get when it comes to men? Like, what is it? What is it that you think?
I don't know. Far as in what? Which as far as in disagreements, far as in like relationship,
Yeah,
love.
yeah, all that stuff. Like, what is it that women don't get? Because I think sometimes women might, like, for instance, I think sometimes women might say men are intimidated easily, or you know, if they're intimidated by their success and all this stuff, right?
Oh,
And the way if we don't want you to wear this, you control them. If you don't want you, that's
okay.
what I'm saying. Like, what do you think women mostly misunderstand about men? Like
Um,
masculine, dominant men.
okay. So my thought on that is, um, I'll use myself, right? So number one, if I'm with you, I love you, we dating for a purpose. So now what people call controlling, like not baby, I don't that's too tight. Like all your what they call it, camel toe and all that stuff showing, like, nah, baby, don't wear that. Like to me, that's not controlling. And this is what I told somebody I was with, right?
Mhm.
If you about to marry a man, it's the same thing, same way as if you about to go out to buy a car. You like the car, right? And you want to buy it, but now you want to customize it. You want to
Mhm.
make it yours.
Wait, hold on,
You
hold
want to
on,
make it
hold on,
work for
hold on.
you.
Say that again.
You know what I'm
Say
saying?
that again.
You know, you want to customize it, right?
Hmm.
So, you know, now we got to this place that we in love and we're gonna be together. So it's little customization going to go on.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And just not to change the person, but I want to customize you to me. You know what I'm saying? It's a difference. It's just and it's the I think if you break it down like that, they can understand it because it's the same thing like when they go buy a car. Okay, I want this kind of interior. I want this. That's the same thing you're doing.
Yeah.
That's not controlling. That's picking what you want. You know what I'm saying? I like the car, but now I want, let's change the rims. You know what I'm saying? No, I want this kind of interior. I want a little bit more sound in it. You know what I'm saying? Let's clean this out. That's clean, but let's clean. I see a spot over there. So you just customizing, and that's not control. And I think most ladies that say that's controlling didn't grow up with a father.
Mm.
So when you grow up with the mom and the dad, right, and you see them operating, and that dad tell you, "No, baby, you're not going out the door with that dress on,
Yeah.
or you're not coming in here at 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning," right? That's structure.
Hmm.
So now when they get into a marriage or a relationship,
Hmm.
it don't look like control to them, right? Because they came up with it.
Mm.
So now it's just structure, it's just customizing. You know, your dad gave you to the husband, or relationship, however far it goes. So now you used to it because you used to dad being there.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And dad going to what? Set that structure.
Yeah. Yeah. But I think women look at it as at their men differently. I don't think women want a man for structure. I think that's what's going on because if you try to create that structure, it's controlling. That's as far as what I think that women are believing.
Yeah.
somebody asks you, if a woman tried to customize you, would it mess with your peace?
No. Matter of fact, so I'm glad that's a good question because in the relationship I was in, right, and when that word came out, like, no, you trying to control me or whatever, I didn't understand that because what I told her is, if you told me you didn't like me doing stuff
Hmm.
because I love you and you're the person I'm trying to be with, it's too easy. So what's the problem? But you know what? She didn't have to tell me that because I had been married before.
Hmm.
So I know how to move, right?
So,
So it was frustrating because she hadn't been married before and she had been single for a long time. So we were in two different places.
mm.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm expecting certain things from her that she just don't know.
So how does that work? Like you be married, she has never been married. How do you think would be the dynamic of the relationship? Do you think you will struggle more, or do you think she would be hard headed? Do you think she'll understand? Do you think you have to customize? How
I,
does that work, man?
I think that would be a job, but at this age, is are you willing to go through that? You know, because that's a process, and then you're looking at everything else that surrounds. You're just not looking at. So it was an age difference. It was an age gap.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then you know you used to moving in a certain way because you've been married before, so you know how to operate,
Right. Right.
right? And so you probably not gonna have to customize me too much because I know how to move,
Right.
right? Um, but even if you did,
Yeah.
like, I'm not gonna ask my partner to do anything that I'm not willing to do.
Okay. That's
And
fair.
so that's why I think it's fair.
Hmm.
And then, like, if that's not what you on, then that's okay. That's fair. That's fine. But I know what I want,
Yeah.
and I'm not gonna take any less.
Do you think men settle a lot?
Yeah, I think men settle a lot, but I think it's changing. I think it's changing because the older men get, and the men that get messed over or they get cheated on. And then, ladies, I'm not saying men don't do it as well, but what I'm saying is, especially like in my case as well. So when I was younger, right, I was raised up to do what I did, right, and that was like, old school way, right? You take care of everything. You know what I'm saying? You the man of the house, whatever. Um, and so, what was the question? I lost
Do
my
men
thought.
settle?
Okay.
Hey, but
No,
listen. By the way, he just like me. All right. He went to combat. He was in the
yeah,
military,
yeah,
and he got screwed. He got screwed up, so he forgets just like I do. All right. So just understand that. All right. So it's not personal. It's just real.
yeah. So, so, what was the question? Matter of fact, first of all, did I answer the latest question? You
I thought I was mad. I thought I was mad. You see, you all be judging me when I'm doing this. See, it's not just me. Listen, he retired you for the military, man. It's not just me. I'm telling you, we have some. Maybe we should. Hey, listen, we're gonna get paid for this, man. Because there ain't no damn way. I thought it was just me. It's not just me. You answered her question, right? Because I actually forgot.
did she reply back? Did I answer your question, man?
Man,
No, I think I was at I don't ask for anything that I'm not willing to do because
okay,
we was talking
right,
about. I
right.
think the question was, if a woman try to customize
Yeah,
me, would that interrupt my peace?
yeah. That
No,
was the question.
no, no. That wouldn't interrupt my peace. Um, because I think if
No,
if
I think
we,
the question was, do men
oh,
settle?
do men settle?
Yeah. Do you and you say
Oh yeah, yeah,
these
okay, okay,
days?
okay. So where was that? Would do man settle? I think it's changing with older men. That's what I was saying. I think it's changing with older men because when we go through relationships and then you go through divorces and you get so much taken from you,
Mhm.
right? And if you was a real man taking care of everything, you know, it makes you kind of scared to do it again
Yeah.
because we have the most to lose. And so I think men that don't think they can, so there's always levels, right? Uh, so I think men that are not really
Mm.
self confident or good with who they are
Okay.
and confident. Yeah, I think they do. But I think as men get older and we learn and we experience, I think we learn how, because even when my earlier relationships, like I was raised up in the church, right?
Mhm.
Like Church of God in Christ, church every day, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, church every day, right?
Bible
And
study.
then
Yeah.
came up playing sports.
Yeah.
So I was really green. So my first marriage, the lady had 3 kids already, and the husband was in jail, and I was just having sex,
Okay.
right? And then she got pregnant with my son, and I didn't want to leave my son, so I thought I had to marry her. So right then and there, because that's inexperience.
Right. Right.
You know what I'm saying? Didn't know because I didn't have to marry her. I could have just took care of my son
So you
because she had
married
three
her?
kids. Yeah, I married her,
Phew.
and she had 3 kids already. You see what I'm saying? And so,
Would you do it again?
huh?
Would you do it again?
Do what again?
Marry a woman with 3 kids, or marry a woman with that in a situation?
Well, they would have to be older. At our age, if they were older, and we would, yeah, the kids don't, because my dad, who I say my real dad, but he's not my biological father, but
Mhm.
he's been there since we've been small.
Stepfather.
So my stepfather. So I do believe in, you know what I'm saying. I can go in because at our age anyway, who's not gonna have kids?
But I watched a video yesterday. This man was saying, "Do not mess with a single mother."
Yeah, I heard that too.
Yeah,
I,
and I'm like, what? Like, is it like why? He said, "Do not mess with a single mother." But I'm like, what? Like, is it that bad? Like, what am I? Am I missing something?
and I think too with that is to each his own, but I think the reason why he's saying it, especially if it's a young baby,
Yeah.
is because that connection is still strong between her and that ex, or whoever she had the baby for, if it's a young child. Now if it's a older kids and they co-parenting and that relationship has been gone and
Mhm.
sell, then it is different. You know what I'm saying? But I've heard that too.
Yeah,
Like
man.
I don't agree with that. But like I said, it's to each his own. Like if he don't want to date somebody with kids, then that's him. Like that's well within his rights to do.
True.
So like if people bash him for that, like no, if that's what he want, I mean that's what he want. You know what I'm saying? So I wouldn't bash him. That's what he want.
I've seen so many. I've seen a few comments about what you said before.
Uh-oh.
A couple of questions about it. About when you say men have a lot more to lose.
Yeah.
So somebody was asking over here, why do you think men have more to lose than women do?
Why do women have more?
No, why
Because
do men have more to lose than women do?
okay, so when we go to court, right, we're gonna lose the kids. You gonna the house that
That's
if
true.
you bought it, if you the man and you bought the house and you've been paying the mortgage, you're gonna have to either move out or you're gonna have to sell it and give them half of the profits, even though you've been paying it. And then, like I said, they get the children. What is the biggest thing? So like my ex, you know what I'm saying, took our girls and moved like 16 hours away.
Mm,
Like kill our bond, like you kill our bond. So now I gotta see them when I see them. But things like that. Uh
I get that.
and then what do the women what do women lose when you go through a divorce?
Help me out. Help me out. Help me
I,
out.
I mean,
Because we do lose. I have a friend. I have a close friend right now. I'm about to go through a divorce, man, and he came with everything, and she came with nothing,
yeah.
and she wants everything, man, and she's taking him through everything for everything, and I'm like, gosh, that's evil.
And she gonna get it.
I think so too.
She gonna get it. This is the way the justice is set up. She's gonna get it. And like, um, I mean, whoever answered that question, like, all you can do is look at the legal. I mean, you can look at, statistics. Like the men is always gonna lose in that battle.
What's up, Powell? Yeah, man. I see what you're saying.
So what did they say? What do a women? Was it whoever answered
I
that
don't
question?
know.
What do women lose?
Let me see what you all say. What do women lose? Because help me out. What do women lose in a divorce? Like payment for surrogacy? What? Men lose financial. Women lose emotionally. Is it? But I think men lose emotionally.
Yeah, we lose the most.
Yeah, I mean, like we have, I think I think women think that we don't have feelings.
I think
I think they think we're just a body with muscles and no brain and no feelings.
because I think that's how we were growing up too. Don't show emotions. A matter of fact, so
We can win if we want.
what is it?
No, one of my bottles say, "What lady don't want everything? We can win if we want." We lose the relationship too. Trust, love, and support.
Who
But
who said that? The woman?
Yeah, somebody said that.
Yeah. So the men lose that too. Trust, love, and support.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we losing that.
We lose that
Yeah.
on top of everything else.
Man.
So yeah. But what I was about to say. So in my marriage that was 19 years, right? And I was in the military.
It's a long time, man.
Like our op tempo is always go, go, go. And so we don't get to sit down and worry about our emotions because we worrying about securing the family.
Mm-hmm.
But when I retired and I turned around to my wife and say, now I need you. I need to be replenished. And it was an issue. And maybe it was my fault because I put her there. I didn't worry about my emotions. I didn't worry about. So maybe I had a part in it as well. But like once I turned around and I retired, now I want you, baby. I need you.
Yeah.
And it was an issue.
Damn.
Because now you got to put forth effort that you haven't been given.
Hey, Nani, thank you so much, Nani. Wait, so what do you think went wrong in that? Like, what wasn't she given to you when you needed it? Like when you retired, like what happened? Like, what wasn't she given to you?
I don't know. I mean, it was
there?
it was just time. It was time. It was nurturing.
Yeah.
All the things that we want to sit on the couch and have our head rubbed or whatever. That time and that nourishment that we had been missing because we had been deployed, working late hours, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Getting up dark crack of the morning, you know what I'm saying? And now when I get to settle down and I want you to like serve me, baby, like bring me my food, you bring me my food and it's cold. Like you even taste my food to see before you brought it to me. Like I expect you to take pride in what you bring it, you know what I'm saying? Because that's what you're doing. That's your job. Take pride in what you're bringing me. Like, but
she wasn't tasting.
This man.
She wasn't tasting it, but it was hot. Somebody said, but how is that a woman's responsibility?
What?
What you just said.
About the food?
Yeah.
Because a woman should take pride. Like if that's her job, like one of her jobs, she should take pride in bringing me my food and making sure it's cooked, like because that's something you're doing for me. That's showing some of your appreciation. That's why it's her fault.
You know what? I agree. I mean, I know you. I don't think I'll agree, but I actually agree because one of my bottles is asking, did you explain that to her?
Yes. Yeah.
But
yes.
She didn't.
Yeah. Now once I explained it to her, she adjusts. But to me, so it's like us at the motor pool, right? When you have your motor pool and you have trucks, them trucks gonna be nasty, tailgate's gonna be, wheels gonna be flat. But guess what? When you individually give them to soldiers or Marines, now it makes it personal.
Yeah.
So now it's their truck.
Yeah.
So now that truck is clean because it represents them and they want to present the best. So it's the same thing when your wife is bringing you something, it should be the best. It should be the best of her ability to cook. She should make sure it's warm and not bring you cold stuff. Yes, it's their responsibility. What you bringing me shows you shows you my appreciation for just coming off of the doggone road working. Yes. Yes, is there.
You know what? I agree. I mean, because when we listen, because we gotta do something too. Like we doing it too. Like we doing the providing, we doing the taking care of.
Yes.
So I mean, we expect this. I mean, I get, especially if it's this something that you actually want, that you have spoke about,
Yeah.
that you have asked for. I mean, I feel you. I mean, I think many people won't get what you're saying and they won't agree because I don't think this is a time or era where that happens much anymore. I think that this era that we are in is different, man.
What I want to know is why they don't agree with that.
Because that's not a woman's job anymore. Seriously, that's what a lot of people are. Listen, do you see these new age people? It's not a woman's job anymore, as far as what people are saying. Women don't think that they should be doing that because this is a feminist era where women, I'm equal as you. I am, why should I? What should I do my job?
That's not the problem. I know they're not gonna like it, but we're not equal. We're not equal. You know, it's like, and it's been proven. And then I don't know why women, all this thing come from this Me Too movement, but like since the beginning of time, there's been a hierarchy.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So now, what's the problem? We don't like hierarchy no more. We don't want to be submissive. Like, but when they go to their jobs, they don't complain, and then all of a sudden, then they can hold their emotions. They can control their emotions because they're not going to fuss back with their boss. They're not going to interrupt their boss, right? But they'll come home and do it to you. So where's the control in that? That's a choice. That's a choice you make. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, I don't get it. And then when I was talking about when my wife brought me that food, my ex-wife, I was working.
Yeah.
I was paying all the bills. She wasn't.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Now, everything is situational. If both of us working,
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I get home before you, I can warm up the food or I can make the food.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? But like I said, before everybody start, they should ask questions.
Yeah.
Like she was home. She was she took care of the kids at home. You know what I'm saying? She wasn't working. I was working. You know what I'm saying? So yes, that's her job.
Yeah.
That was one of the things she can do to show appreciation for the roof over her head and everything that we had. So I don't see the problem with that. I don't see the issue with that.
Because I think some people are already assuming. I think some people, some things are very triggering to some people.
Yeah,
So when you say that, I think the first thing is, so what if she's working too? You expect a woman to do all these things? No, that's not what he's saying. Like, you gotta hold up. Everything's not the same for everybody. Do you see what I'm saying? I think if there's some expectations, if a woman is a stay-at-home wife,
yeah,
I'm a stay-at-home husband.
Yeah,
I'm a whole grown man, but I'm a stay-at-home husband. But yet I pay all the bills too.
Yeah,
I'm doing two roles. I pay all the bills,
and you take care of the house,
and I take care of the house, and I still.
But we don't have a problem with it. See what I'm saying? We don't have a problem with it because I told you where I didn't want to go, but that's the same thing, right? They're working. I'm retired. When they come home, the house is clean.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But like, should I be saying I'm not a woman or that's not my job? Like to me, we're one. So we're helpers of one another. So where does all this crap come from? My job, your job? No, let's sit down, let's talk about it, and then that's it. That's what you go with.
I agree, man. I mean, because that's what me and this lady do. And that's why we're so peaceful.
Yeah.
That's what we do, man. It's cool. I think her only job that she does that I don't want to do is laundry. I ain't doing it. I ain't doing no damn laundry, boy. I can't do it.
I do laundry. I do laundry.
I do laundry. Listen, that's her thing. I ain't doing. I don't want to see my kids' underwear. I don't want to see. I don't want to see my son hard, crispy underwear. I don't want I ain't doing it, man. I ain't doing it. She does it, but everything else, man. When she comes home, she meets food. Yet she get the bills paid. Yet everything, man. So I think people are triggered easily because I think they have been in some relationships where they wasn't taken care of. So their mind automatically goes to the place. So if she works, she gotta do everything too. No, because I think people are used to raggedy people.
Mm-hmm.
People are used to raggedy as men and women. And I think that's the first thing that comes to their mind. is a negative side. But there are people out here who's doing the right thing. There are people out here who's actually doing pretty. Somebody asked you earlier. I wanted to get you. Somebody asked you earlier. Somebody said, "Why is it so hard for men to be loyal?"
Why is it so hard to be? I think it's demand. I don't think it's hard. I think it's demand. I think it's the man making a choice, just like a woman make a choice to cheat. Is not hard. I mean, you can go to where they say we biologically, meant to spread our oats, and back in the old days they had 5 and 6 wives and stuff like that. But I think it's a choice. It's as much as a man cheat is a woman. It's a choice.
Do you think it's in one nature?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's in our nature, but I think too that's when your spirituality, your spirit allergy. I'm saying the word wrong, but spiritual
Spirituality.
spirituality come in. You know what I'm saying, and then your values. You know what I'm saying, like, and I've been there before, so I've cheated, right? And so I seen the pain that it caused,
Hmm.
and I never wanted to see. And I've been both ways, and I've got cheated on. So I seen and I know the pain that it caused, and so now it's a choice that if me and you together, we together. It's not. I'm not looking for nobody else. I'm not looking no other way. Period. And that's just a choice. You know what I'm saying? And so I don't think it's hard. I think it's just a choice. You got to know who you with.
As a man, right? As a man coming from your background, our background, military, bad behaviors, right?
Yeah,
Or some bad or some not so bad.
yeah.
What is it that a woman should be looking for as a man in his 50s, 40s, 50s? Like, what's a good idea of a man that would make a decent man who probably won't do them same things again? Like, what should she be looking for? Because it's a lot of single women who looking for men,
Yeah.
right? But I don't. But what at our age, what is a woman should be looking? What should she be looking for? Like characteristics of us.
I, um. Firstly, I'll say, get you somebody that fears God or whatever higher being they serve. Get you somebody that fears God, and then has if you that serious about them, look at their family. See how close they are with their family.
Mm.
What their mother and father, what are their views? You know what I'm saying? Like, you just do your homework. I think people get in relationships now and don't do enough vetting. And then you're having sex, you know what I'm saying, and you ain't vet that person. And then you say men are garbage because you picked a garbage man. You know what I'm saying? Like, uh, you just have to do your homework, and sometimes that takes time. And if a man don't want to wait for you to, and I'm a man, like I'm gonna say this, like I don't want to wait. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time,
You
I
say
think
you
you have
don't want
to
to wait.
you have to do your homework if you're a woman, because men and women are different. Like, we don't hold, like, when we have sex, we're putting stuff in you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So you're taking on damage that we have,
Mm.
uh
Mm.
different different characteristics that we may
Yeah.
have. You're taking on that. It's not just you having sex.
Yeah.
You might want to research that. So you can't be giving your body to all these different men. Like, no. I think, yeah, you have to vet. And if a man is not willing to wait, then that's not the one. You know what I'm saying? That's not the one. Because so I had asked a question to a woman, like, you're willing to open up your legs and have sex raw and be willing to catch a disease or get pregnant, but you won't listen to the same man that you opening up your legs to. Like, to me, that makes no sense. Uh, so I don't. I mean, if somebody want to comment on that, but like, I think that's backwards. Like, we out here having sex and stuff, but you won't listen to the same man that you taking to bed. You know what I'm saying? So
That's a That's a deep question. I mean, that's a good question. Like, you're gonna, go raw, but you wanna check my phone still? Like, you wanna check? You don't trust me? You want me to go raw? Like, that don't make no sense. We're gonna go raw, but you don't listen to what I say, or you don't even hear me out, or you don't even listen to where I'm coming from, or try to understand what. Oh, that's a moment of silence right there, isn't it?
You know what was funny? One time I heard, like, they say women won't listen to their husbands or whatever, but
Yeah.
they'll go to the doctor, sit on that thing, open them legs wide open. He's sticking his fingers up in them. He said, "Get on that table, open your legs, and put them in the thing." And they just do it, pow, wide open. But they won't listen to their husband. Like, he won't try something different in the bed. I thought that was kind of funny though, but I seen that on something. But yeah,
So somebody said military men are so hard to communicate with. They withhold almost everything. Well, what? Huh? I'm a military man. I don't think I was hard to communicate with. I think I'm a very open book. Listen. I think a lot of us, right? I think a lot of us we get to experience one or two things, and I think we gather an entire opinion on the entire group.
mm,
And I think that a lot of times that's where we go wrong because we deal with two military people and we think, military people, how many of us are there? It's,
yeah,
from different backgrounds. We're from all, no, I don't think I'm the unicorn because I don't think I am. But we're from all different backgrounds.
yeah.
We're from all different families and all different belief systems, all different religion, races, countries. I mean,
Mhm.
like so many cultures. So you can't say that military men are anything because one thing about military men is
Mhm.
that, especially in the U.S., we're from every nation.
Yeah,
We're literally
yeah.
from there's black, white, Chinese, Asian, Japanese, Koreans. There's Jamaicans, maybe Jamaicans. They are Africans. They are Europeans, and they are Muslim. They are Christians. There is so many. It's huge.
Now, I told you I was gonna be open, right?
Be open.
So, good questions. I mean, well, statement. So, I was right, and so it was something I had to work on,
Mhm.
because like it was like just so in my mind, my focus was just securing the family, making sure the family, was good. So in those times we needed to talk or communicate. Sometime I might have didn't listen, or you know, thought what she was saying not wasn't important, but like, so I get it, and some of us are, and some of us, because we taught to be so hard and just drive, drive, drive. We might have to learn that lesson because I did. So I was one, and I did have to correct that problem. You know what I'm saying? But it takes time and experience. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And then we have to be told that, and maybe sometime it's too late. Because one of the things I did learn was, my ex used to tell me, you don't tell me I love you enough,
Mhm.
right? And my thing was, like, a lot of people can say a lot of things to you, but what am I doing? Like, what are my actions showing you? But in hindsight now, if that was what she needed,
Yeah.
then I would have did it now. Just to say that.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, that was
No,
my
you're
bad.
fine. You're
You
fine.
know what I'm saying? So it's a learning experience, and I think that's all it takes is communication and talking. Like, it don't have to be a battle
Yeah.
between men and women. They just talk it out and find better ways, and different things work for different people. That's all. It don't have to be all that animosity and XYZ. No, we're different, and let's work it out.
I just saw Tiana's comment. Tiana said, "Okay, how many of them have to work on that? Come on now, the military mindset has broken a lot of families or children. Love is not as right." Let me tell you guys something about the military, because I don't think y'all understand. So now this is when the military, you have to understand when it comes to the military mindset. You know the job of a military person? We are doing things that the average person will never experience in their life. And I know for a fact I have come from a place where the average man or the regular man or the men that you see will never experience. And we have done and seen so much crap. Of course, we're
It's
going to
gonna
be kind of
be.
different. Of course, we're going to experience life differently. It took me a couple of years to even come back to the US after I was back in the US.
Yeah.
It took me a lot. It took because we're doing things that you can never imagine. You don't understand. Like they used to say, we do more things at by nine o'clock
Yeah.
than what people do all day. You all
Yeah.
don't understand. So it's not the military's messed up mindset. It's just that the things that we have to sacrifice, and when we sacrifice that stuff, coming back to the families that we just protected,
Mm-hmm.
there's something that we have to is something. Listen, there has to be a compromise. There have to be understanding. There have to be some. You have to understand. I know for a fact. I remember when I came back from Iraq the first time. I think my wife swear I didn't love her no more. My ex-wife, she like, you don't love me no more because you don't listen to me. I said, what are you talking about? I'm listening. She said, but Kirk, I tell you things and you forget. I don't forget. And then 2 minutes later, what were you just saying? See, that's my problem. You don't because I lost my memory. That's why I forget. It's like, oh, I got blown up. I'm sick. Like I'm literally. So I never even knew, and I didn't even listen. I didn't even knew that I was sick.
Yeah.
I didn't know I was sick.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
so because when I got blown up, my brain shifted, and my memory, bam, gone.
Yeah.
So you had to ask me the same question every 2 minutes because I'm like, what now?
Mm-hmm.
You asked me this, and she said, you don't care about me, but I was sick. And so if you don't understand, we have to sacrifice so damn much for this damn country.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And God knows, boy. When we can't, I went to Iraq a few times, by the way. Tore me up every single time. Every single time I came back, even worse than I went. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I came back, and every time I come back, it was worse than the last time. So I'm like, God dang it. So it's not that the military mindset is crazy. It's just that you have to understand that when you see some stuff, man, like when you see some stuff, you see some of you got cheated on and your mind ain't back yet. Right? For real. Your mind ain't back yet from being cheated on. Imagine if you take somebody's life.
Yeah.
Your mind ain't coming back. Imagine if you got blown up a couple times. Your mind is gone. Imagine if you have to always just on the go. Your mind is effed up.
Yeah.
But some of you, somebody cussed you out and you still 6 years later, you still hurt and listen, I'm not trying to compare, but I'm saying you gotta understand, man. So we go through some things, man. So have some patience with us. Have some patience. And listen, I'm not saying that it's an excuse. I'm saying it's reality. That's just what it is. It's a reality. But enough about the military people because y'all gonna, you know what I'm saying? It's not military. It's just people in general. I think people in general who can communicate is gonna communicate.
Mm-hmm.
People who can't would have struggles. But yet everybody can communicate. But I think the thing is we are choosing people who don't communicate like how we do.
Mm-hmm.
And when you choose people who don't communicate like you do, there's gonna always be issues with communication. But anyway, this is not my show. This is your show, man. I don't know why I'm talking.
Well,
I don't know why I'm talking so much. This is your time to speak and pick your brain. I forget where we were. What the hell were we again?
I think we had answered the young lady's question. Something else? Any more questions you have?
It's a lot of questions I passed. Hey, Risa. Still working through right, Carrie. About the perspective, but yeah, but here's the deal, man. I think right now, a lot of people like I think men and women have lost hope. I think we have lost hope in each other. I think, especially, they're always calling us out, black men.
Black men.
Why are we getting called out so much for every single thing, though? Like, what's happening with us? What do you think is happening with us, man? Because we're getting called out from every minute. This black men. I heard this lady said the other day, black men. This is what she said. Black men do not like black women. Black men, no, she said black men and black women are not compatible. I was like, what?
Uh, yeah, you know that can go back to the whole separation thing when they pitted every difference that a black person had against each other, and then when they tore the black man right in front and made the women and children made that man look like he was worthless. Um, I think, and that's when, and that's why they did things like that
Mhm.
to make it say like the black man is worth it. But I don't. Now you have a lot, and I think it's the men that they're choosing. You gotta look at, and that's why I say vetting is so important. You know what I'm saying? You can't say the black man is garbage because the man you chose was bad.
Yeah,
Like you just everybody. If that's the case, they can say women are garbage because you got women out there doing the same thing,
yeah.
cheating and doing or thinking about the money. Let me get the bag. Or that's the only thing that's important to them.
I don't
So,
think I don't think women cheat.
huh? It's time to go.
You I don't think like especially married women. I don't think they cheat. Do they cheat?
I mean, I think the percentage is right below. I think the percentages are right below men, as far
Really?
as in, yeah, men and women
Is
cheat.
that close?
Yeah, it's that close. Yeah. So,
But why is it that like have you ever messed with a married woman before?
uh,
Like back in the days, like old days. I have a couple.
back, uh, yeah, back in the day. Okay, so when, like I said, when I was married, my first marriage, and there was cheating in that. Then once that I divorced her, yes, I did because I didn't care. I was
Yeah.
just out there rootless. I was like, shit, it happened to me, so you know what I'm saying. I don't care who get it. You know what I'm saying. So, but like I said, I was moving irresponsibly.
Yeah, yeah,
You know what I'm saying, and selfish because I was hurt,
yeah,
and I didn't heal,
yeah,
and so I was hurting. Like they say, hurt people,
yeah.
and so that's what I was doing till I change. You know what I'm saying, and them having them daughters to do that to you. You know what I'm saying? And to make you look in the mirror. And then you got to think, somebody, your daughter's going to grow up.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I did.
Yeah. I mean, I messed with a lot of married women. But let me ask you a question. That when the first time you got cheated on, right?
Yeah.
First, second, whatever time, did you tell anybody or did you keep it to yourself?
No, I mean, I think I told, no, I think I might have kept it to myself.
Why? Why?
I mean, because the
It's
embarrassment, the hurt.
embarrassment,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
It was embarrassing
yeah,
because you think it was. If you tell somebody, they're gonna look at you like you are
yeah,
weak.
yeah, yeah. But I mean, like now, well, with growth and stuff, it don't even matter because, like the comedian was saying, yeah, Michael Jordan wife leaving him. He got 400 million, a billion now.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. So it don't. I mean, it just was. It just what happens. Like if you pick the wrong one. You know what I'm saying? So it's just life. And you move on. You're gonna hurt, especially if you love that person. Like for real, for real. I
Yeah,
mean, you're gonna hurt. But yeah, it happens. And so, but to me now, I'll tell somebody because it's not. It's more like it's more likely.
yeah.
Okay, it happens. You know what I'm saying? So
So back in the days, but is it possible that where this thing come from that women don't cheat as much because we never spoke about it because it was embarrassing. That's what
mm,
it is. Because when
mm.
I was cheated on, hey, what happened to the relationship? Yeah, we just parted ways, man. You know what I'm saying? I mean,
Yeah,
nothing happened. It was just time. Because for a man, it was looked at as like oh, you get cheated on too? Like you ain't
yeah,
no man. Like your woman find somebody else.
yeah. So
And so, is it possible that is the reason why people think men cheat more because women don't mind saying men cheat,
Yeah.
but men don't want to say out
Yeah.
loud that they've been cheated on.
Yeah.
And I think so people are assuming that women don't cheat as much. Women cheat just as much as men.
Right.
I've met with a whole bunch of
Yeah.
them
Yeah.
who was cheating on their men with me.
Yeah.
But I mean, but that's just how it is. But if you look at them, they swear, woo, them jokers don't cheat, boy. Women don't cheat at all. So that's why I said that women don't cheat. But yeah, man. But listen, man. I think our society. How do you? Because the question that they're gonna ask you is this: you said we picked the wrong one, but what if the one was faking the whole time?
I mean, that's the chance we take in anything, right? I mean, just even shoot, if it was the right one, you could be together for 20 years and just grow apart and to be like, I don't want to be together. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
it's always a risk because we never know.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We never know. But I mean, I would rather do my homework first.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And make sure this person lines up with what I believe, have the same values and move the way I move. Um, you know what I'm saying? So we're on one accord and we're not starting going opposite ways.
Mhm.
And then if it happens, then it just happened. But like there's no guarantees in anything.
Mm.
You know what I'm
True.
saying?
It's not a risk.
Yeah. There's no
It's not taking a
guarantees.
risk. Somebody agreed. Somebody said, I feel black men don't love and respect us black women as much as we do them.
Woo! I can't speak for everybody, ma'am, whoever said that, but I've only been with black women. I love black women. So I don't know. I think that comes from this war agenda thing. I don't know where that came from. Like out of the blue,
It came strong too.
what like it's like we already fighting. Like why are we fighting against each other?
Man.
Like this is something I've never did. Like when I was in a relationship or married and we divorced, I never talked about that person.
Yeah.
Because guess what? I love that person. So now we divorced. Now
Yeah.
you gonna act like there was this no. Well, you was with him. You still was with him. So let that be between y'all. Like I don't understand people that be blasting. You was with him. You was with her. So now why you want to blast them like that?
And you know what I think though? I think is a small amount of people that comes on social media and spread the same crap and is shared all over. And I
Mhm.
think everybody think that is the majority.
Mhm.
And I don't think it's a majority.
Yeah.
I just don't think so because I think the majority don't post on social media.
Yeah.
But there's a small group that everything they say, they could say, wait, like this woman came on here one day and she said, not on my thingy, she said online, she said, and she wasn't attractive, right?
Mhm.
Not physically anyway. She said, my money is my money and my man's money is my money. And when I dating a man, he does everything and I never do anything. And that video went every country, every nation, every city. It went to the white people, black people, Hispanic people, and it went viral. And now men now begin to say, oh, see, that's what women do. But I don't think that represents women.
Okay. Yeah.
I think that was
Yeah.
just that one woman that went viral, or because everybody's sharing it. And so I think when we see these videos, I don't really. I think we get information from the wrong places.
Mhm.
I
Yeah.
think that's what problem. I think social media is the end of relationships.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think relationships are boring. I don't know what you think. I think relationships like me and
I
my
think they
wife,
are.
man, we are two
I think
boring
they are.
people.
But you know what? Then we be the ones who get left
Right.
because they want excitement. That's what they want
That's the same thing I said.
until they get dogged.
I said this, but that's the same thing I said. That's exactly what it is. I think relationships are boring. I think, and it's not boring like boring bad,
Right.
but relaxing boring.
Right.
Like,
you know what's gonna happen
yeah.
every day. And like
Predictable.
the people like, it's predictable. I don't like it. I want it. But to me, like, if it's predictable, I know I'm coming home to a secure house. I know, this is gonna happen. This is gonna not enough excitement. I go to the gun range or something.
Yeah,
I don't know, like get a hobby or something.
But that's why women are leaving men because I think
Yeah.
we become settled.
Mm-hmm.
Women, I don't think women settle.
No.
I don't think they're settled. I think women are always on the move. They are adventurous. You know, I like to try. I don't want to travel.
Yeah.
I don't want, where am I go? I mean, yes, once I like to travel all the time. Where are we going? What are we trying to see? Can we just sit our asses down on the couch and just, you know what I'm saying? What I want to travel. I want to see the world. I'm spontaneous. I want my man to just bam and bam. I think social media is, and so now everybody now. So women are leaving men quick. Hey,
Yeah.
I'm not, the chemistry is fading because it's not the same anymore. And we are getting left because we're like, wait, what just happened?
Yeah.
I thought we were chilling at home.
Yeah.
I thought we were just hanging out. I think that's our problem. We settle. I think women. I mean, am I wrong or right though? Do I think men settle, but women are always ready,
Mm-hmm.
moving, going, getting up, out. Let's go to Jamaica. Let's find some nice Jamaican young buff men to give me a massage. I'm serious. Like, listen, I'm telling you, social media relationships are fake. They're fake as hell.
Yeah. Yeah.
Them things are fake. Because if I post, you know, sometimes before I post me and my wife, I'm like, boy, if I post you on my relationship, I think that I have a boring wife. And I do have a boring wife.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm like, they're going to think that we're the most boring couple because we, like, what are people finding these things to post? What are we doing? You know, I posted my video of me and my wife getting ready with my wife, and my wife is just combing her hair. And I'm recording it. She combing her hair and talking about nothing.
Yeah.
I'm like, where did people find all these things to talk about? My God. Boy, one is one. Listen, I'm telling you, man. People like the fun stuff, man. But I think that's the ruin. I think social media has become the ruin of our relationship era. I think people are getting older. I see a guy in the gym all the time, man. He's an older guy.
Mm-hmm.
And I think, you know, he drives a van.
Mm-hmm.
And he always park way in the back. He's a thin man. He's always there every morning with us. He's a thin man.
What, with the stick?
Yes, with that stick.
Yeah.
Is he married? Is he
don't know.
single? Because I think that's where we're going.
Yeah.
But he goes to the gym. He always there.
Mm-hmm.
And I think he lives in his van.
Yeah. Yeah. Could be. I don't think he's married.
He's all by himself. But
Uh-huh.
he was looking at some woman's behinds, though.
Yeah. Because if he training a couple too, like one time, like, dude, you don't be wearing no underwear. You just.
I know. And one day I looked. I'm like, this dude. I'm
like, dude. Oh man, I thought dog. I'm like, man, I don't even want to talk to you, man. Go put some jaws on, man.
I saw him stretching. I was like, wait, where am I? I said, this dude packing. I said, this brother packing, but what? Why is it so out? Like, come on, man. Like, what is going on? But seriously, man. But that's where I think that's where we're going. We're going to the single lifestyle where nobody want to get nobody. Everybody want to run from each other. I don't know, man. I think something is going on, man.
Yeah.
I think that's where we're gonna be ending up. I think that's where we end up. But anyways, hey folks, listen. If you have any questions, man, this is time to ask questions. I'm gonna look at this screen for a minute. Hey Rose, how are you doing? What question do you have for Mr. Ernest? If you have any questions, I know he said some things that kind of strike some triggers and stuff and make you kind of angry. What question would you have for this brother?
I hope not make you angry.
Oh yeah, you pissed him off.
I hope not make angry. We just conversating. This is just my opinion.
Yeah.
We just conversate.
You said she should taste my food first before.
Who said? Oh yeah, I mean, I think so. Like, I don't see nothing wrong with that.
They hate it, man. They hate it. Cause how dare you? Why should I taste your food first? Man, go get your own food. I want you up. Bring mine too. Cause you're the man, right? Ain't that what everyone say? Other guys, but not with you can talk with other guys, but not with the wives. Really? Tiana, she said men could talk to other men, but not with our wives. Huh? Yeah, you say like we talk to other men, but not with. We don't talk to our wives. Where are they getting that from?
Okay. Yeah. So, that was the question?
Yeah, well, it's like a statement, yeah.
Okay, so
hey, Sierra.
we can talk.
Mm-hmm, go ahead.
We can talk to like, and I don't talk to everybody. I'm not really friendly. But when me and him started talking, his energy was good, and so I felt I could be open with him or whatever. But the reason where we have the disconnect in communicating with our partners um, is because when we bring issues or we try to communicate with our partners, it becomes a fuss. You know what I'm saying? And then it becomes, and like I say, case by case basis, interrupting when you're talking, being interrupted, then the voice is raised. So it's almost like we don't even want to deal with it. If this is what I got to go through to bring up an issue, I don't even want to deal with it. And then you know what comes after that? Distance. Start creating distance because now I don't feel like I can come to you the way I need to come to you. So now I might be quiet, but it's what it's really doing is creating distance. So that's why sometimes it's hard for us to talk to our partners because it seems like we're fighting a war. Are we talking to our teenage daughters that want to, that's just learning themselves and they want to argue? But that's why sometimes y'all feel like, yeah, y'all men are talk to men, but they won't talk to their wives because I don't know. Think about it. When your husband or your partner brought you an issue and maybe it was about you, how did you handle it? You know what I'm saying? How did you reply? And so maybe that, and it's just working. It's just working together. It's just respect. Like if I can hold my tongue and let you talk, like you gotta do the same. And if you don't do the same, that's the end of the conversation. Because I'm not gonna keep letting you interrupt me and then keep trying to fight to talk and be heard. And I'm just done with it.
Indeed. Someone said no anger, but I do think older single men are lazy and don't want to do the work anymore. Why do older mature men not take the risk anymore? Dating is very rare.
Woo! You know why? It's just because we didn't been through it. And now we know we at a point now where I don't want to deal with certain stuff. And I don't think that's lazy. I think that's knowing what we want. You know what I'm saying? So you might call it lazy because you don't want to go through no, at this point in our life, no, we don't want to go through that. And at this point of our life, both of us should be like almost on the same track anyway. We shouldn't be having it should be little things that we going through, getting to know each other and stuff like that. But other than that, we shouldn't be going through. It shouldn't be no labor.
Let me ask you: do men love younger women?
Yeah.
Like when you say younger, what does that mean? Like how do you what is younger woman? Like for a man, let's say a man our age, right? 51, 50. What's a younger woman to us? A 20-year-old?
No, I'm saying like 30, 30, 36, 37 on up. You know what I'm saying? That's younger to me.
Why do they think younger is like 20, 25, 22?
Maybe they listen to the Shannon Sharp thing or whatever. But like for our age, like the guys in their 40s,
Yeah.
like that might be, you know what I'm saying? Once they hit like 22, 23,
Yeah.
that might be. But for my age,
I'm in my 40s.
at least,
That 22 is like
yeah,
a child.
at least like 37, 38 on up. And then it's still hard then because you're looking at two people that's almost set in their own ways.
Mm-hmm.
And then nobody wants to change. And so now it's like fight you that's when you have that, you know what I'm saying? I'm not being submissive. I've been doing this, and you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's when people be saying it's hard. No, I don't want to go through that. And so I think that just comes with finding somebody that wants what you want. You know what I'm saying? Uh
Would you be with a woman your age?
my age.
Okay, wait.
First of all, they at least because right. So on my Instagram and like Facebook, right? I'd be having people in my inbox or whatever, and it's like you, you my age. You have to be at least fit. You know what I'm saying? You have to be at least fit, and you have to be able to move. I mean, because I move, I'm fit. You don't have to do what I do, But I mean, you have to be in some kind of shape.
Somebody said why men don't want to date women their own age. I think he answered the question, right? Because you want somebody to be fit.
I mean, yeah, you want, and then most of the people, I don't know. I've never ran into somebody that's my age that's compatible. I just haven't ran into that. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know for myself. I can't answer that. I haven't ran into it.
Yeah.
But the majority of the people, and it's like even me, say the men, majority of my men, I mean, the majority of men my age is not, you know what I'm saying, in shape and
I said that, and
taking
people.
care of
I,
themselves.
I
So
said that, and people got mad at me for saying that.
I mean, that's true. Like what?
That's what I'm saying. I mean, I know that this is facts because men over age 40s, 50s, they kind of stop.
And they get mad because you
Yeah,
said that.
yeah, they say I'm pondering. I'm like, I'm pondering because they said that. It's true.
That's
We got a big old stomachs, man. Them stomach, the erectile dysfunction, stuff ain't working. I said that. And men are like, man, you just trying to make this woman feel good. Dude, you don't see, man. We ain't there. We sad. But yeah. Somebody asks, somebody's asking, do older men want younger women to manipulate them?
to what?
To manipulate them? Is it why you like younger women? Is it to manipulate them?
Oh, to manipulate them?
Yeah.
No, it's just they're more cooperative. That like they don't
Explain
have.
that.
It's
Explain what is to be cooperative.
so. I think, and the person what I'm with is 38. So don't think that no crazy stuff like I'm trying to date somebody young. But the thing is that they just have less baggage. It's just easy. Like when we get to this age, we don't want to deal with all the back and forth and feel like we dealing with a man. Like always, like we don't want that. Like, and then and most of the women that are single that's our age are set in their own ways and want to do things their way. And I mean that's fine, but you got to deal with whatever you come out with. So don't say, oh, y'all want younger women so y'all can manipulate them. No, we want somebody. Hell, it could be your age. That's agreeable. That's all agreeable. You know what I'm saying? And willing to support whatever it is we doing and just show appreciation and respect. That's it.
Somebody said, but you have baggage too. That was somebody said. Like men have baggage too. You see, like when you said that you want a woman with less baggage, so she's saying you have baggage too. So why? If you have baggage too, why do you mind a woman with baggage?
I have baggage too.
Yeah, like men. They say men have baggage too. So why is it that we don't want a woman with all that baggage when we carry our own baggage?
Because that's our choice. It's just like when they have standards, they don't want to date a man under 6 feet. They want a man making six figures. It's the same thing for a man. If they want somebody that's not all, you know what I'm saying? That's what they want. Like, I don't see why that's
true.
bad. You just like you have what you want and you go out there and try to get it. And you have what you want. You go out there and try to get it. Like, I don't know why there has to be a back and forth about it. It's just what they want.
I mean, that is true though. I mean, 'cause some people don't compromise at all. I've heard many women say, I would never compromise on what I want. I would never settle. But I think, I think for the most part, we are mad at each other for wanting what we want.
Yeah.
Even, if, I tell people all the time, man, if, like, for instance, as a man, if you hear a woman, like, for instance, I use a height thing, and not because I'm insecure with my height. I'm not insecure with my height at all. Like I tell another man, because he was issues, a woman told him that, I don't like short men, and he was offended. So I'm like, why are you offended? Just realize that's
Not
just
for
not
you.
yours.
Yeah.
If she's already telling you, she don't put her in.
Right.
So you don't have to be confused and think maybe she don't like me, maybe she likes me. That means you cross her off your list that she's gone.
Right.
You already make the selection. So it's natural selection. So if she already say, I like men who are above 6'3", okay, I'm out. I'm not mad at you for wanting that. If you say
Right.
I want a man who makes 6 figures, I'm not mad.
Right.
I'm just realizing, okay, next, let me focus on the ones in my group.
Yeah.
And so I think we don't like that each group have their own desire,
Yeah.
and we mad because some of those desires we don't fit in anymore.
Right. Right.
But it is what it is.
Did that answer her question? Or what
Um,
does she think? What do you think about our reply about that?
I think someone said that is what manipulation is. She said that she's younger and um, that less baggage and stuff is manipulation. Is what she said.
Well, I mean, okay.
Why do younger men go after older women?
I mean, I'm lost on that one. I don't know why. I, I don't. I know when I was younger, I did because it was you didn't have to play any games. Like with the older woman, you knew you was gonna get what it was. You didn't have to play no games or And this is back in my days. Like I said, I am 51, but it was like you didn't have to play games or fish. They told you what it was.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, for me, but like I don't know because I don't know about that in abundance.
I mean, I think younger men like older women because they got something, and the younger man wants validation. I think a lot of times it's because the younger men looking for validation, but when the younger men get older, he changed what he wants. He likes younger woman again. That 10-year difference, that the 7, 8 year difference, and I think it's a cycle because younger men we get validated by an older woman because if you are older, you have your own stuff, you have your own home, you have your own cars, you have your own business, and you still choose me.
Yeah.
I'm the man.
Yeah.
Like I gotta be the man. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
let me put my stuff because I feel good. And then after 15 years and I get in my 40s and 50s, now I'm validated. Now I'm already there. I'm financially stable now. I got my own stuff. No, thank you for helping me and pushing me.
Yeah.
But let me go get that one that I left. You know what I mean? I'm telling you. Listen, I'm telling you, man. I hate that I got on this. Hey, Barbara, why you hate that you got on the line? Why you hate it? Development of advertising towards fashion and beauty started in Europe sometimes in the 1800s. Lord Miranda, boy, you going kind of deep on that one. Gender, sexual success at the cost of the other. This can create a conflict where one gender develops a trait to exploit the other, and the other sex adapts and develops defense against that exploitation. The pendulum swinging to the left, then back to the right is back and forth. We exploit each other. There's no one side that's responsible. We feed each other's dysfunction, and that's all that there is to it. Any person that feels justified in blaming one side. Oh, okay. Gina, I thought you was gone. Um, but it's just I'm sorry to hear that, Barbara. Gina, I thought you was gone. Maybe the younger man thinks she's easy. I don't think that older women are easy. I think older women is not easy. Older women are not easy. They ain't easy, not one damn bit. They're not easy. I think they might be a little stubborn, but the young men kind of make her feel good.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like like imagine you 51 years old, she is 68, and she still looks at you like, oh, you're gonna tear that, you're gonna bring that woman back up because she's gonna feel like, oh damn, a younger man still find me attractive, and her spirit goes up. I'm telling you, man. Sometimes that's what we do for each other without knowing. You mess with you mess with a younger man, you feel better because younger men still look at me. I see women all the time telling me, younger men are always like me. You feel good.
Yeah.
Because you don't want the older man to like you because not realizing that it's the older man that's gonna actually see your value differently. An older man will always find more value in you than a younger man. Facts.
Yeah.
Because you see, like for instance, if you measure with a woman who's 38, right, 35, A 35-year-old man really won't see what a 55-year-old man gonna see.
Yeah,
Because
right.
if the 55-year-old man is like, yeah, that's my young thing right there.
Hmm.
That 35-year-old man with and she's 35, he just
Like
that's
everybody, yeah, like everybody else.
yeah, you
Yeah,
know what I'm saying? You just like everybody else. So it's different. Plus, a 35-year-old woman don't listen to a 35-year-old man.
yeah,
You don't listen.
yeah.
Because women don't listen. I mean, let's be honest. You all don't listen for nothing. It's like you have corn in your ears. Oh, oh cotton or something. Women don't listen. And you all know it's true. How old is your friend? Who friend? But you all know you all don't listen though. Hey, but listen though. We're about to close this up. I appreciate you guys coming out here and blessing us. Old men Kirk, most don't value younger women. They don't. They just want to use. I don't know about that one. I think. I don't know, man. You know. I mean, I don't know. I guess I don't know because Lord, it seems like people have been through some things. I don't know. It's not. It's that older men. Old men want to use younger women. Do you think that's true? They don't value them. They want to use them.
Um, I don't agree with that. And like I say, it's case by case. Some you can say some, you know, are in it for that. But like I said, in my case, shit, I can't manipulate my other because she's way smarter than me. So like that's that's not true. But we gonna leave that there.
You said men don't listen either. Hey, somebody asking you if you're single, man.
Huh?
They're asking you if you're single.
It's complicated. Right now it's complicated.
It's complicated. So for the ones who are asking if he's single, it's complicated. Okay, I don't know what it means, and I'm not gonna ask on here because that's the man's business, right? So just know it's complicated. Okay, because I don't know, and he knows, and it's enough. Boy, people, he hesitating to answer that. You ought to be picking, boy. You ought to be picking some things up.
This ain't what.
He hesitated. How you ought to type that so fast?
I hesitated because it's complicated. Right now I'm in a situation where we trying to figure out.
Man, you ain't got to explain
if,
that.
if I mean it's fine trying to figure out if we're for each other, and so that's why I say it's complicated. So I could be going to be in a relationship, or I could be saying, this is not for us, and so I could be so it's complicated. That's what I say. It's complicated.
It's complicated, right?
Yeah, it's complicated.
But I mean, don't be coming in my inbox asking me, hey, what's your friend's number? Don't ask me no question like that, okay? Because I don't. It's complicated. Same to you, Linda. You be good. So she want more, and you just chilling. Is he? Is he?
Yeah, they going with the question.
I'm telling you. Listen, she said, oh, that person said, so she wants more, and you just don't. You see why? Is it? Where does something come from?
No,
You think it's nothing like that, huh?
No, that's definitely not the case. We're just not on the same page, and at this age, like at the beginning of a relationship, we need to at least be on the same. We need to be going in the same direction. You know what I'm saying? We don't have to be on the same, right behind each other, but we have to be going in the same direction. You know what I'm saying? So that's the issue with that right now. Yeah, but she's good people. Good people.
They always think the man is a problem, right?
Huh?
From that, what you just said, right?
What?
How you say it's complicated?
Yeah.
From that, what woman heard? You are the problem. They heard. I don't listen. They heard what they just heard. You are the problem. She wants more. You don't. You playing games because you are a good-looking man and you have options. So it must be you the problem. That's what I heard. You ain't said nothing like that, but that's what they heard.
Did somebody say that? Because I answer that question. I go there.
Go there.
I go there.
Go there.
So,
you don't have to go there if you don't want to, man.
It's not that And see, you don't know me personally,
Yeah.
uh, but I believe in love. And like, so I'm not gonna go into our situation, but no, I'm the one that's sacrificing more. And so I'm making a decision where you gotta meet me. Like, because I'm not gonna go into a relationship giving all and then be empty. I'm a phase out. I don't care how strong I am, how good I am. If I'm giving the most and I'm doing everything and I'm sacrificing, I'm gonna fizzle out. I'm gonna fade away. Like, I have to be replenished. And so we have to figure out how to do that. And we have to figure out how to be able to control our emotions. You know what I'm saying? For it to work. And I'm at the age now is I'm not going to put up and go through somebody interrupting my peace. So that's where we are. And there's no, I'm not trying to be a playboy and none of that. I'm very, I am very, like he said, boring. I'm at the gym or at Walmart or in my house. You won't catch me
You go to Walmart,
because you know what? Because I know a lot of people be watching me to see what
yeah,
I'm doing.
I bet.
So I don't. I stay in my house. And then now if y'all want to check me out, y'all can follow my Instagram page or whatever. It's basically a fitness page anyway. So if you're trying to get yourself fit, you need some help, some exercises and stuff, check out the page. You'll get some good advice on there. You know what I'm saying?
But what's your page?
Ernest Davis what? Oh man,
It's Ernest Davis underscore 504 boy.
Oh, are you?
It's Ernest Davis underscore. What the hell? 504 boy. What did 504 mean?
I'm from Louisiana.
Oh, Louisiana.
Yeah.
Oh, somebody said that already. Somebody said you from Louisiana.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I like how you explained that, man. You said, I mean, and you speaking it, but I'm telling you, man, I think people are gonna hear what they want to hear. They're gonna assume what they want to assume based on what they assume already, because what they think that they're. I don't think people hear anything. I think people just hear what they hear.
Hear what they want to hear.
Yeah, they hear their own triggers.
Yeah.
They hear their own thoughts. They hear who hurt them. They don't hear nothing else besides that.
Yeah.
So I think sometimes it's so hard to have good conversations because people don't hear what you say. They hear what they feel.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They hear what they feel. And I think that's the big problem. You only hear what you feel, so you're missing everything. Mm-hmm. This man just telling you that he is about love. And at this place in his life, he is realizing that, hey, I don't want to be the one who giving everything and not be replenished. And I think that makes sense because if I was giving my wife everything and I wasn't, being replenished, I wouldn't be here either.
Yeah.
Because I think at this place in my life, I know for a fact one thing that we do have is options.
Mm-hmm.
And it sucks not to have options. But when you do have options, you don't have to be stuck in a place because you are not respected or, especially respect.
Yeah.
As a man, respect. Without that stuff right there, I don't think people know what respect really means for a man.
Yeah.
I don't think they know. I respect him, but what does it mean?
Yeah. The way you think you might be respected may not be him. You know what I'm saying? Because we do look at things differently. Mm-hmm. And so I would think y'all need to have that conversation, baby. What does respect look like for you? Mm-hmm. Because to me, I already think I'm, giving you respect.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that conversation could be held.
Yeah.
And, before we go, I just like to, thank all y'all who joined us or whatever. And just talking. And I think we need to do away with this race war and just try to learn each other. You know what I'm saying? Get back to being unity.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Number one, not male and female, just black as a black people. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying?
Thanks.
And so, I enjoyed it, man. I had fun.
Man, appreciate you coming. Hey, listen, man, we might have to be coming here on a regular basis or more often, bringing some different just conversations, because I think to have another man perspective, because me and you we spoke in the gym before, mm-hmm. and the way you speak is not the way I speak.
Mm-hmm.
but yet I understand where you're coming from. I understand where I'm. A matter of fact, you listened to me
Yeah.
when I spoke, so I know that it's a mutual respect for each other. You know what I mean? So I think that's why I wanted you on this platform,
Yeah.
because I wanted people to hear you, because it's good to hear different perspective
Yeah.
without a debate,
Right.
just different perspective without arguments and these toxic back and forth stuff. So I appreciate you coming on here. I think I want you to come back again, man, because I think to have somebody who's local,
Yes, sir.
we ain't got to be messing with
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, you got my number. We see each other every day. So
Yeah.
let's do it. And whatever they want. They want us to talk about something else. Hey, whatever the subject is, let's do it.
Hey, let me ask you a question, right? What would you like us to discuss, or would Thank you, Morocco. Thank you. I appreciate it. Listen. I know some of the things that he said. He's different, right? Some of the things he said trigger you. Hey, I
I'm
felt,
sorry. I'm
woo!
sorry. I didn't mean to trigger you.
Boy,
I'm sorry.
Their heart was scared.
I'm
Did
sorry.
he just say that? But no. And so listen, let me know what the stuff defining respect. Oh boy, you don't want to go back into the conversation, huh? The hierarchy comment triggered me. the hierarchy.
But what's wrong? What? Okay. So, like, what's wrong with that? Isn't it this hierarchy and everything, right?
Yeah.
And then if so like I said, I was raised in church, so I believe, what I'm saying, God is the head of man, man is the head of woman. And so, like, even when your job, you have in everything, eat church. You know what I'm saying? You have the pastor, assistant pastor. In schools, you have the dean, like assistant dean. Like, so I don't understand why that's such an issue.
Because they just look at it that way. In my household, there's a hierarchy. It's not said out loud, but there's a hierarchy in my household, because when you hear something at the door at midnight, my wife ain't the one getting up, looking at me, Kirk.
Yeah.
Let me go down and say, okay, baby, I'll be right here in the bed sleeping. Nah, I'm the one who I could be scared to death.
Right.
I'm taking my hands outside. I want to make sure. Kirk, I think that my car alarm is going off. Go check. Damn it. All right, I'll go check. Kirk, the bug is on the ceiling.
Yeah.
But there is an unspoken hierarchy. It sounds bad.
Yeah, it's not saying we're the rulers.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Not.
What does safety makes you higher? If we listen.
See, it's
Now, let's be honest. Let's be honest. Let's be honest. Safety is the first level. Safety is the first base. A matter of fact, this is why security is the root chakra. Safety is the first. You know why the lion is the king of not the jungle, because they don't live in jungles. But you know why? They provide that damn security. If you are the one who providing the security, oftentimes we are the protector. Listen, that means where I go, you gotta follow me, because I'm the one who is making sure the path is clear.
Right.
Listen, that's what you call the leader. In the military, is the leader. We always first, right? And anywhere you go, you the one who is in the front, who's making sure because I ain't gonna put you in front, because you're not there for that. You're not. My wife is small little thing. She's not there. A dog comes, she gets bit, and come, baby, come on. Let me find a dog for you, okay? Because that's just what it is. It sounds bad. I know it sounds bad in this society and this community. It sounds bad, but to be honest, my wife looks at me, Kirk. What we gonna do first? Kirk, what are we doing? She don't, because that's not. She doesn't. That's not where she. Kirk, what are we gonna do? I'm older, right? And this is where age comes in.
Yeah.
I'm older. I got some things that she hasn't been through, and so Kirk, what are we doing? Tell me. Not that she's weak, because when I ain't there, she figures the shit out.
Yeah.
But when I'm there, she want to relax.
Right.
She wants to relax. So, hey, Kirk, you take this off of me. And so naturally, Kirk, what are we doing? She don't want. Kirk, bills getting paid. Hey, don't worry about that. Let me figure it out. Right. So in a relationship, that's why it sounds bad, but I think it's just triggering us because we think power.
Yeah.
It's not about power.
We ego.
Yeah. You know what I mean?
We got to be ego.
Yeah, it's not control. It's not control. It's not control. We don't. I don't want to control my wife because if I control her, she's not soft anymore. She's scared. I don't want a scared wife.
And to me, it's like that's what one guy said. Like it's like either 0 or 100.
Yeah.
So you know what I'm saying. You can't lead. If you lead, you know what you're doing. You're controlling the situation,
Not the
or
woman.
you're not.
Right.
So like, but like it's. I think it's just words, like you said.
Some
It's the
words
words
trigger.
that's trigger words. Like I said before about the masculine,
Yeah.
being masculine. Some people, matter of fact, many people in the military, females, have masculine tendencies. That's not saying anything negative. They're being put in the position to have masculine traits.
Indeed.
Because they have to be masculine, right? So when you get to your relationship and you don't know how to turn that off, or simmer it down, and a man say, like, babe, you got a little masculinity thing going on, like, when you come home, you gotta take that, and then they take that all they hear is masculinity. That is negative. It's not negative.
Yeah. It's
It's just something, you know what I'm saying? Like you've been through in the fire. If you're a single mother, so you have to be the man and the woman, right? And so you're gonna have masculine tendencies. You taking care of the bills, you making sure the yard get cut, whether you're paying it or you're doing it yourself. So you're gonna have masculine tendencies. So it's not negative. It's just, when you get in a relationship, you got to tame that. That's all.
Yeah,
like,
true.
But when you say masculine, they look like blue. You know what I'm saying?
It's funny. My wife is a little small little person, but she's in the military and she's a senior, right?
Mm-hmm.
And she have this small voice. She said she just cussed out. She just cussed when our soldiers out, when our NCOs out,
Mm-hmm.
and the way how he looked at her was like he was surprised. He was like, "First on, I never heard you talk like this."
Yeah.
She said, "Because I never had to, but now I am." So she's like, "Okay." He's like, "Okay, first on, I got it."
Yeah.
Because she has to.
Mm-hmm.
But when she comes home, you keep that over there. You don't bring that nonsense home.
Yeah.
Because I don't. Hey, we don't do that here. But she has to do both. And the problem with doing both is that I don't have to do both. Only she does.
Yeah.
Because the truth is, I could be masculine all day.
Mm-hmm.
But she is to switch back and forth. It's
Yeah.
hard. It's difficult.
Yeah.
Because we don't have to switch.
Right.
Because we're not going to be that feminine.
Yeah.
Even though we do feminine stuff.
Right.
But a woman, I think she has it harder because she has, especially in the workforce,
Mm-hmm.
she has to be one way and then switch. I think that's the struggle for a lot of women. They don't know how to switch it off.
Yeah.
And maybe we just have to understand. And hey, I don't know, man. That's a big balance. But I know my wife sometimes, boy, she'd be cussing people out, and you will never think yeah, because when you look at her, like the first time he saw me and my wife in the gym, he thought that was my daughter.
Yeah.
He said, "Man, I see you with your daughter." I said, "Who?" "That's my wife, man." I said, "That's not my daughter, that's my wife." But she looks innocent, but she has to do what she has to do. You know what I mean? But so I know for a fact, some of you women, you in roles at work and you have to do what you got to do. But I think if you think in your mind that you are masculine, then you become masculine. But what you're doing is not masculine. What you're doing is what you got to do.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just it. Oh, we started about the conversation again, huh?
Yeah.
So, hey, listen, man, I appreciate you all coming here. I appreciate you guys. Hey, let me make sure you follow this guy on his IG. He's a fitness guru. He's been doing this for how long have you been doing fitness, man?
Yes, about 30 years.
30 years. And you've been doing it. You compete and stuff, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So you have all the tea on when it comes to diet and
Yes,
nutrition and all that stuff.
I'm an MPC, men's physique competitor. Yeah.
So if you don't want that assistance, man, hey Kimberly, if you want that assistance, man, in that type of way, and plus I like the way how he thinks because it's real. It's not like when we talk, like the first time we talk in the gym, I realized how real he was being. Not that he was trying to put on a show. And people don't have to think like me and be like me for me to actually recognize when people are real, right? And I think that's what drew me to him because, like this brother can talk some stuff, and he was being sincere in what he was saying, and I can see the emotions were there too, because he was talking about his situation. I'm like, this brother has more emotion. This brother has some emotion. So I think that's why I'm like, you know what? He's showing emotion. He's talking to me. I ain't nobody special, but this is the real type. So that's why I wanted to bring him on. This right here. Is IG the only social media you got?
Who, me? No, I have TikTok.
Oh, somebody said that they gotta get you.
TikTok.
Oh, you got TikTok too?
Yeah.
I didn't even know that. What's your TikTok? You don't even know your name. Boy, I swear. Boy.
Let me see. Where's the handle? Okay, at Ernest Davis Iron Rage.
His TikTok is Ernest Davis Iron Rage. Ernest David Ernest ERNEST Davis Iron Rage. I think if you type in Iron Rage, I think it's gonna pop up. But that's his TikTok. And thank you, Miranda. That's his IG right there that Miranda just put. Ernest Davis _ 504 boy. So tell him to come in here. Come in where? Is he married? Lord have mercy. Boy. So listen, man, I thank you guys for showing up. I love the conversation. I love the feedback that you're always giving. And there is no one thinking about C-section females. Oh. Oh, go ahead and open your TikTok for a second. Let me show you something. Let me see something. If you could changing out your tiles throughout the week. If you type in my name, you can come in the chat so that they can follow you on there. What is my name? Good shit. I think that's my name on there. Listen, we're getting there. Let me see. You know, I have no service here. The service here sucks, man. So it's taking forever. So yeah, he can't come in there because the service in my neighborhood is ghetto. I have very bad connection. Oh, there we go right here. So it's me, Ernest. All right, so I just he's in and out. Yep, he's right there. 504 boy. Yeah, he's 504 boy.
Yeah.
It's me, Ernest.
What you
don't
Huh?
Because you are on my live, so you can hear me on the phone. All right, so that's his name right there, right? It's me, Ernest. That's him right there. Let me tag him. I'll pin him. So yeah, follow this brother right here. What's up, Ray? How you doing, man? Hey Ray, I still want to work with you, man. I really want to get you out the wheelchair. I think I could work with you and get you out the wheelchair. I know for a fact I can when you are ready. Let me work with you so I can get you out of the wheelchair so I can make some money later on. I can show people how to get out of the wheelchair. So listen, you all have a blessed night. Have a blessed weekend. For my people, I'll see you all tomorrow at 2 p.m. for our meeting, our book club. And we're going to talk some more. Please don't hate me for this guy because he's him. It's not me.
I'm sorry.
It's him.
Just my opinion.
It's him. It's all him. It's not me. Okay? But they want to follow you, so I guess it's not that bad. So I guess I like you. So, hey, listen, you all have a blessed night. Have a blessed weekend. Thank you all for coming, and I will see you guys. Hey, Loki, I'll see you guys later. All right. So you all peace and blessings. Miranda, wait. Hey, Lisa, where is Lord have mercy. Anyways, see you guys later. Morocco, peace out. Tiana, Paula. King Kubaba, listen, you all been talking though. I like it. I love it. I appreciate that. You all been talking, so I appreciate the conversation. You all have a blessed day, all right? I'll see you guys. Jamisha, yeah. Miranda. We on the same damn place, huh? Lord. I don't know why Kimasha came to mind. Y'all, I'll see you guys later, all right? Peace, blessings. Let me get off of this and then let me close out. How do I take off this? Lord.